Ever felt like you were about to hit rock bottom, like the weight of the world was crushing down on you? We've all been there. Life throws curveballs, and sometimes it feels like we're swinging and missing every time. But what if there was a philosophy, a way of thinking, that could help us weather any storm? Enter Stoicism. The ancient Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, were philosophers who faced some pretty serious challenges in their own lives. From political turmoil to personal loss, they experienced the full spectrum of human emotion. Yet, they managed to cultivate a remarkable sense of inner peace and resilience. Their philosophy, centered on reason and virtue, offers us timeless wisdom that can help us navigate life's ups and downs. In this guide, we'll dive deep into the Stoic toolkit, exploring practical techniques and mindset shifts that can help you stay strong when you're feeling weak. We'll cover everything from understanding the nature of adversity to cultivating gratitude and developing a growth mindset. So, whether you're facing a job loss, a broken heart, or simply feeling overwhelmed by life, this guide will provide you with the tools you need to not only survive, but thrive. Because let's face it, life is tough, but we're tougher. Are you ready to become a modern-day Stoic? Let's get started. Embrace the struggle. All right, let's get real. Life's a roller coaster, right? There are ups, downs, and everything in between. And sometimes it feels like we're stuck on a never-ending loop of challenges. But what if I told you that these struggles aren't just obstacles, but opportunities for growth? The Stoics, those ancient Greek and Roman philosophers who were all about living a good life, had a pretty unique perspective on adversity. They didn't shy away from challenges. In fact, they embraced them. They believed that it's not what happens to you that defines you, but how you react to it. Think about it like this. You're driving down the highway, and suddenly a tire blows out. You could let this ruin your day. Or you could see it as an opportunity to learn how to change a tire and become more self-sufficient. Why embrace the struggle? Growth. Challenges push us out of our comfort zones and force us to develop new skills. Resilience. Overcoming adversity builds mental toughness and helps us bounce back from setbacks. Perspective. Struggles can help us appreciate the good things in life. Let's break it down. The Stoics and adversity. The Stoics believed that virtue is the only good, and that challenges can help us cultivate virtues like courage, perseverance, and wisdom. The power of perspective. How we perceive a situation can greatly impact how we experience it. So, how can we embrace the struggle? Reframe your thinking. Instead of seeing challenges as obstacles, see them as opportunities for growth. Focus on what you can control. You can't control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you respond. Practice gratitude. Focus on the positive aspects of your life, even during challenging times. Remember, life isn't always going to be easy. There will be ups and downs, twists and turns. But by embracing the struggle, we can become stronger, more resilient, and more fulfilled. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." So, the next time you face a challenge, remember, it's not about avoiding pain, but about learning how to dance with it. Practice mindfulness. All right, let's talk about being present. We've already covered how to embrace the struggle, but how do we actually navigate those tough times? The answer lies in mindfulness. You've probably heard the term before, but what does it really mean to be mindful? In simple terms, it's about being fully present in the moment. It's about paying attention to your thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment. Why is this important? When we're constantly thinking about the past or worrying about the future, we're missing out on the present. And the present is where life is actually happening. It's where we experience joy, sadness, and everything in between. The Stoics and mindfulness. The Stoics were big on this. They believed that happiness wasn't found in the past or the future, but in the now. It's easy to get caught up in worrying about tomorrow or dwelling on yesterday, but the truth is, we only have control over this very moment. Mindfulness in the modern world. In our fast-paced world, it can be hard to stay present. Our phones are constantly buzzing, there's always something to do, and it's easy to feel overwhelmed. But mindfulness can help us slow down and appreciate the simple things in life. How can we practice mindfulness? Meditation. This is the classic way to practice mindfulness. It involves sitting quietly and focusing on your breath. Mindful eating. Pay attention to the taste, smell, and texture of your food. Mindful walking. Notice the sensations in your feet as you walk and pay attention to your surroundings. Body scan. Slowly scan your body from head to toe, noticing any sensations or tension. Let's say you're feeling stressed. Instead of getting caught up in your thoughts, try to focus on your breath. Notice how your chest rises and falls. Feel the sensation of the air going in and out of your lungs. This simple practice can help to calm your mind and reduce stress. Remember, mindfulness is a skill that takes practice. Don't expect to become a master overnight. Just start with a few minutes each day and gradually increase the time. So, how can you start practicing mindfulness today? Find a quiet place to sit and focus on your breath. Go for a walk and pay attention to your surroundings. Practice gratitude. Focus on the things you are grateful for in this moment. By practicing mindfulness, you'll experience more joy, reduce stress, and improve your overall well-being. As the Buddha said, the past is gone, the future is yet to come, but the present is always here. So, let's make the most of it. Cultivate virtue. All right. Let's talk about being a better person. We've covered how to deal with life's challenges and how to stay present. But what about actually becoming the kind of person we want to be? That's where virtue comes in. What is virtue, anyway? Think of it as a quality that makes a person morally excellent. It's about doing the right thing, not because you have to, but because it's the right thing to do. The Stoics and virtue. The Stoics were all about virtue. They believed that the only thing that was truly good was a virtuous character. They saw virtues like courage, wisdom, justice, and temperance as the keys to a happy and fulfilling life. Virtue in the modern world. In our fast-paced, self-centered world, it can be easy to lose sight of what truly matters. But cultivating virtue can help us live more meaningful lives and connect with others on a deeper level. How can we cultivate virtue? Practice daily. Virtue isn't something you achieve once and then forget about. It's a daily practice. Start small. Begin by focusing on one virtue at a time. Be mindful. Pay attention to your thoughts and actions and make conscious choices. Learn from others. Look for role models who embody the virtues you admire. Let's take courage as an example. Say you're afraid of public speaking. To cultivate courage, you might start by practicing in front of a mirror or joining a public speaking group. With each step, you're challenging yourself and building your courage. Remember, becoming virtuous isn't about being perfect. It's about striving to be the best version of yourself. The Stoics believed that even the wisest person makes mistakes. What matters is that we learn from our mistakes and keep trying. So, how can you start cultivating virtue today? Identify a virtue you want to focus on. Set a goal for how you can practice that virtue. Reflect on your actions at the end of each day. By cultivating virtue, you'll not only improve your own life, but you'll also make the world a better place. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Set realistic goals. All right, let's talk about getting stuff done. We've covered mindfulness, virtue, and embracing the struggle. But how do we actually make progress in our lives? The answer lies in setting realistic goals. Why are goals so important? Goals give us something to strive for. They provide direction and purpose. And when we achieve our goals, we feel a sense of accomplishment. The Stoics and goals. The Stoics weren't big fans of setting unrealistic goals. They believed that we should focus on what we can control and let go of what we can't. So, while they didn't necessarily talk about goals in the same way we do, they understood the importance of having a direction in life. Goals in the modern world. In our society, we're constantly bombarded with messages about achieving success. But often, the goals we set for ourselves are unrealistic or unattainable. This can lead to frustration and disappointment. How can we set realistic goals? Start small. Big goals can be overwhelming. Break them down into smaller, more manageable steps. Be specific. Instead of saying, "I want to be healthier," say, "I want to go for a 30-minute walk 3 times a week." Be realistic. Set goals that are challenging but achievable. Be flexible. Life is unpredictable. Be prepared to adjust your goals as needed. Let's say you want to write a book. That's a great goal, but it might seem overwhelming. Instead of trying to write the entire book in a month, you could break it down into smaller goals, like writing 1 chapter a week. Remember, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Enjoy the process of working towards your goals. And if you don't achieve them, that's okay. Learn from your experience and set new goals. So, how can you start setting realistic goals today? Think about what you want to achieve. Break down your goals into smaller steps. Create a plan. Take action. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." When you set realistic goals and work towards them consistently, you'll be better equipped to handle whatever life throws your way. Seek support. All right, let's talk about the importance of having people in your corner. We've all been there, feeling alone, overwhelmed, or just plain stuck. That's when it's time to reach out and seek support. Why is support so important? Humans are social creatures. We need connection to thrive. When we connect with others, we feel a sense of belonging, and that can make a huge difference in our mental and emotional well-being. The Stoics and community. Even the Stoics, who were known for their self-sufficiency, understood the importance of community. They believed that we should live in harmony with others and contribute to the well-being of our society. Support in the modern world. In our fast-paced, individualistic culture, it can be easy to feel isolated. But there are countless ways to connect with others, whether it's through family, friends, support groups, or online communities. How can we seek support? Identify your needs. What kind of support do you need? Emotional support? Practical help? Reach out to your support system. Talk to friends, family, or a therapist about what you're going through. Join a support group. Connect with others who are facing similar challenges. Volunteer. Giving back to your community can help you feel more connected and fulfilled. Let's say you're feeling overwhelmed at work. Instead of trying to handle everything on your own, you could talk to your boss or a colleague about delegating some of your tasks. Or if you're struggling with a personal issue, you might consider talking to a therapist. Remember, asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Everyone needs support sometimes. So, how can you start seeking support today? Make a list of the people you trust. Reach out to one of them. Be open and honest about what you're going through. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "A good friend is a person who knows all about you and still loves you." So don't be afraid to let people in and ask for their help. By seeking support, you'll not only improve your own well-being, but you'll also strengthen your relationships with others. Limit distractions. All right, let's talk about the enemy of productivity, distractions. In today's world, we're constantly bombarded with notifications, emails, and social media updates. It's hard to focus on anything when there's so much noise. Why are distractions so bad? Distractions can make it hard to concentrate, reduce our productivity, and increase our stress levels. When we're constantly switching between tasks, our brains never really get a chance to fully engage with any one thing. The Stoics and focus. The Stoics were all about focus. They believed that we should direct our attention towards what is truly important. They understood that distractions can lead to a scattered mind and a lack of inner peace. Distractions in the modern world. In our modern world, distractions are everywhere. From our smartphones to our computers, there are countless things vying for our attention. And it's not just technology that distracts us. Noise, clutter, and even our own thoughts can be distractions. How can we limit distractions? Create a dedicated workspace. A clutter-free, quiet space can help you focus. Turn off notifications, silence your phone, and close unnecessary tabs on your computer. Time blocking. Allocate specific time blocks for different tasks. Mindfulness. Practice mindfulness to bring your attention back to the present moment. Let's say you're trying to write a paper. Instead of working at your kitchen table with the TV on and your phone buzzing, try finding a quiet room, turning off all notifications, and setting a timer for an hour. You'll be amazed at how much more productive you can be. Remember, it's okay to take breaks. In fact, short breaks can actually help you stay focused. But when you're working, try to minimize distractions as much as possible. So, how can you start limiting distractions today? Identify your biggest distractions. Create a distraction-free workspace. Try a time management technique like the Pomodoro technique. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This applies to our focus as well. Let's be intentional about where we direct our attention. By limiting distractions, we can improve our productivity, reduce stress, and live more fulfilling lives. Practice gratitude. All right, let's talk about the power of thankfulness. We've covered a lot of ground so far, from embracing challenges to cultivating virtue. But one of the most powerful tools for a happy and fulfilling life is gratitude. What is gratitude anyway? Gratitude is simply the quality of being thankful. It's about recognizing and appreciating the good things in your life. The Stoics and gratitude. The Stoics were big on gratitude. They believed that focusing on what we have rather than what we lack is key to a happy life. They often practiced a form of negative visualization, imagining losing the things they valued most to appreciate them more. Gratitude in the modern world. In our fast-paced, consumer-driven world, it's easy to forget to be grateful. We're constantly bombarded with messages about what we don't have, and it can be hard to appreciate the simple things. How can we practice gratitude? Gratitude journal. Write down a few things you're grateful for each day. Mindful moments. Pause throughout the day to appreciate the small things. Express gratitude. Tell the people in your life how much they mean to you. Volunteer. Giving back can help you feel more grateful for what you have. Let's say you're feeling stressed about work. Instead of focusing on all the things you have to do, try to take a moment to appreciate your job, your colleagues, and the fact that you have a steady income. Remember, gratitude isn't just about feeling good. It's also about cultivating a more positive outlook on life. When we focus on what we're grateful for, we're less likely to dwell on the negative. So, how can you start practicing gratitude today? Think of 3 things you're grateful for right now. Write them down in a journal or on your phone. Make it a daily habit. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This includes being a grateful person. By practicing gratitude, you'll not only feel happier and more fulfilled, but you'll also strengthen your relationships and build resilience. So, there you have it, a crash course in Stoicism, tailored for the modern world. We've journeyed through the ancient wisdom of the Stoics, exploring concepts like virtue, reason, and the dichotomy of control. We've learned how to cultivate gratitude, develop a growth mindset, and build resilience in the face of adversity. Remember, Stoicism isn't about being emotionless or denying your feelings. It's about understanding your emotions, accepting what you can't change, and focusing on what you can control. It's about living a life of purpose and meaning, even in the midst of chaos. But let's be real, practicing Stoicism is easier said than done. It's a journey, not a destination. There will be days when you slip up, when you feel overwhelmed, and when you just want to give up. And that's okay. The important thing is to keep trying, to keep learning, and to keep growing. So what's the takeaway? The Stoics taught us that happiness isn't something that happens to us. It's something we create. It's a choice we make every day. By adopting a Stoic mindset, you're choosing to live a more fulfilling, meaningful life. Final thought. The next time you're facing a challenge, remember the words of Marcus Aurelius. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. By questioning your thoughts and beliefs, you can cultivate a more rational and resilient mind. Now, go out there and live your best life. Remember, you've got this.